Hi everyone, my name is Lilian. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I wanted to show you something before we continue this video, because I have passed my driving test and I have my driving license here, and it's just beautiful, to be honest. It's just wonderful to be able to pass and to be able to drive myself around. And because of that, I thought maybe just to share a couple of tips on how to do your driving test, especially if you're looking to do that, because I think it's very important for you, for a woman, especially for anyone, not even a woman, just to be able to drive yourself around. It just, especially in the UK, I'm in the UK, and driving is so important because where I live, we don't have public transport, and public transport is such an inconvenience to even get to. So yeah, like the reasons why I wanted to drive was so many that I had to just go out and do it, and it took a lot of time, but eventually did it. So I am so, and you'll see probably cars pass by, but anyway, we had to do this video in the car because it just feels right. And yeah, so I can show you all the tips. So one thing you want to do, where especially if you're moving into the country, if you're moving abroad into a new country, just try and get your theory test fast, because I feel like if you get your theory test fast, then you are able to take on to your practical. You can be able to take your practicals, and the theory test is not very hard. It's just like a very formal, just it's more formal, but it's very easy to do your theory, and you just know how, you just have to know your highway code. And it's very important also to be able to buy the highway code, which will just make your life a little bit easier. You can also buy your like science card. There's a way to buy the science cards, or you can be able to buy a book that has the test, the science, and you can be able to learn them that way, and then it just becomes easy. And once you pass your theory test, the next step, tip number 2, is to be able to get a driving instructor, and you have to pay them. So it's expensive to pay driving instructors. I did not know that because it's expensive. I think I paid between 40 to 50 pounds for every hour of driving lessons, so that is expensive. Also, don't be afraid to, like, if you get an instructor and it don't make you happy, or you don't see progress with your instructors, don't be afraid to change your instructors as much as possible, because you will be happier when you find somebody who can actually help you. And we all learn very different, and we have and some people just tend to like click together, and you'll find somebody who clicks with you, because that way you'll be able to learn much quicker, and it will be just easier for you. You'll save yourself a lot of heartbreaks and a lot of headache, because I can tell you for sure that driving takes a lot. It takes a lot of financial investment, a lot of emotional investment. So it's not a joke, and you don't want to. You don't want the journey to be as easy as possible for you. So that's it. Don't be afraid to get rid of your instructors as much as possible. Tip number 3, that now that I've remembered, is how to drive. Do not let your instructor book for the test for you. That is the first mistake that I did. I allowed my instructor to book the test for me. So that means he had all the control of when I could take my test. So I couldn't do my test when I felt like I want to just try, I want to give it a go and see how it goes. If I fail, then it's fine. I'll know that I'm not ready. So just be very cautious on allowing your instructor to book the test for you, because it might end up being very messy, and you don't want that. So book your test for yourself, and so that you can be able to control how and when you take your test, and no one is going to cancel it for you. I think I had such a bad experience because I had an instructor who used to cancel because he felt that I was not ready, which is okay. I totally agree with if you feel that I'm not ready, let's talk it out and say, okay, fine, I feel like you're not ready, so I'm gonna cancel the test. But this instructor used to cancel my test and not even tell me, and I just thought that was, and I would receive an email, because if you test is pushed forward, then you receive an email telling you that you have your test on this date, and I will just get these emails and I will just get so annoyed. And you can imagine the heartbreak of having to pay for lessons, which is so expensive. It's so expensive to pay for lessons. And also the heartbreak of being on the road, so nervous, and you're like holding on to everything that happens just makes you so nervous. If it's a junction, it makes you so nervous. If it's a roundabout, it was such a difficult journey in the beginning. And that's why I think it's good for somebody to if I knew all these things that I'm telling you, I'll probably be I would have had a very smooth journey, and I didn't have anyone to guide me because I was doing it alone. And most of my friends had not started doing their driving lessons and their driving practice. So yeah, I was just alone. So the other thing is to practice as much as possible. And when I say practice, be consistent about it. Do not take breaks in between. If you plan to have like 2-hour lessons every week, make sure it's 2-hour lessons every week, because with driving, when you stop, like if you stop for like 2 weeks, when you get back to it, you feel as if you are learning afresh, and it's so annoying when you feel like you're going very well and then take a break just because you feel like you're getting confident, and then come back and not be able to drive. So my tip is be consistent. Be as consistent as possible with driving. If you say 1 week, it's 1 week of practice. And so the other thing that helped me is getting a car. So if I knew this trick, I would have gotten a car very much earlier, because it has helped me a lot. I cannot even explain how much it has helped me. But when you have a car and you have somebody to sit with you in the car, that means it's like hours of practice, which is actually very nice. So get a car, tell a friend who knows how to drive, and they can be able to sit with you in the car, and just so that you can drive yourself. And then when you're in your car, you feel so much confident. Because like you can set your chair, you can set your steering wheel how you like it, you can set your mirrors how you like them, so you don't have to keep changing them every time. I used to find that in my driving instructor's car, it used to change every time I get in, because he used to have lots of other like learners. So every time I had to come in, everything has changed, and then getting that right seat and the right way I like to have the seat was so difficult. So that is another thing. So get a car if you can be able to. If you cannot be able to, then take as much practice as possible with your instructor. And if you get the right instructor, please listen to them, because they know what they're doing, and they are good at, especially some instructors who are very good at who are very good, and you can get somebody who's very calm, and they're very good at instructing. They don't have any pressures, they're not giving you a lot of pressure. They just are there to really guide you, and they are for you, and they are want you to pass, which is So I can tell you like an experience. So I think I had an instructor who had his own business. So sometimes you find that instructors are also doing business, and it's like their picture. It's not just about you, it's also about their business. And if they want you to pass, yes, but they are gonna take a lot of time with you so that you can get perfect. And for you to get perfect, that means a lot of hours. So I think for me is try to get a driving school if you can, because if you get a driving school, it's the whole school. I mean, it's not just one person's business, and then all your energy is like going into somebody's investment that they want you to be perfect. And it's not, don't let an instructor make it about them, about their business, that they have to grow, or it's about what you're the most important person. So if you cannot get somebody who is rooting for you, or who is for you, or who is totally selfless, that they want you to pass, then please don't. Just get another instructor, because it's just already so tedious. The other thing is that try as much as possible to ask your driving instructor to take you through the routes that are going to be tested on your test date, because it's so good when you already know a specific road, because then you're not so anxious. At least you don't have to think about the road, you only have to think about what's coming towards you, and that helps a lot. So try as much as possible to practice in the roads that you're gonna take your test in. It will save you a lot of headache, and you feel a lot more confident, and you'll not be as nervous. And then also just remember, this is the test, and it's not the end of the world if you fail. Just try to be calm, show confidence, and also try to be nice to the examiner, because, well, if you're nice, and just pray that you get a good examiner, because, well, you don't always get the people who just are not as good as other people. So just pray that you get a good examiner, and also talk to them and be nice to them, and try and make good conversation, because it just helps to relieve everyone's pressure and anxiety on the test date. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope that if you're taking your driving test, you can be able to pass, and you can enjoy yourself when you pass, because it's not as easy as it is in other countries trying to pass a driving test in the UK. Anyway, that's it for this video. I will see you on the next one. Bye.